In this video, we're looking at adding and subtracting positive integers. All right. So remember, integers are just whole numbers that can be positive or negative. In this case, we're only focusing on the positive ones. So the first thing we want to talk about is what we call the commutative law. Now, this is where two numbers can be added in any order. So if you have a plus b, that's the same as having b plus a. So if I wrote something down like 3 plus 4, that's the same as if I said 4 plus 3. It's the same thing. The associative law is where three or more numbers can be added in any order. So if you have a plus b in brackets plus c, that's the same as having a plus and then in brackets b plus c. So we're going to cover some mental math quickly. The first thing we want to focus on is what we call partitioning. It's where you break numbers into units and then add those separate parts or subtract those separate parts. So if we're looking at 247 plus 121, we're going to break it into its parts. So what I mean by that is we're going to say up the front here, 200 plus 100. And then we're going to have 40 plus 20. And then 7 plus 1. So you end up with 300 plus 60 plus 8. So we end up with 368. All right, that's partitioning. We've broken it up into parts. And you can do the same with subtraction. So here we're going to say 80 take away 20 plus 5 take away 2. So 60 plus 3. So the answer is 63. That's partitioning. Another type is what we call compensating. It's kind of like estimating. It's where we round a number to the nearest 10 just to make life a little bit easier. So over here, we've got 29. That's pretty close to 30. So what I'm going to do is just say 134 plus 30, and then just take away 1 sits on the end. All right, so 134 plus 30 gets us to 164. Take away 1. And then we end up with 163. Right, you can also use algorithms. Some of you may already know how these work. It's where you write it above and below each other. So we're going to write 439 plus 182. Okay? So we focus on the right side first, the 9 and the 2. So we go, well, 9 plus 2, that's 11. So I can put the 1 down here, but the 10 extra part, that front number, goes up here. Okay? Because it's 10. It belongs in the 10 column. We then look at the next line. Now we have 3 plus 8, but we also have that 1 we just put there. So we have 1 plus 3 plus 8. So 12. So write 2 there, and then the 1 goes over here. So we now have 1 plus 4 plus 1. So 621 is the answer. So starting from the right, you add those numbers. If it goes into the tens, you move it up. Add the tens. If it goes into the hundreds, move 1 up.